Namaskar. I will try to describe or say a few things about murkis used in commercial singing mostly. In khayal it is not a mandatory thing, but of course in commercial singing and ghazals you need to use the murkis. With murkis I mean I'll demonstrate a few phrases. Supposing in Rag Yaman, if you take for example, these movements. So to be very honest, for me it was like it came just naturally by imitating people, by listening properly to what a person is singing and exactly trying to imitate that. In fact, when I started singing this, I had no idea about the swaras. I couldn't identify the notes, but it just was a kind of perfect listening with which I tried to perfect myself. But of course for everyone it's not the same. So another honest thing is, if you have a light voice, it will be easier to bring out these murkis. If you have a very heavy voice, it will be difficult. But it's very natural because different people have different kinds of voice texture. So nothing to worry about that. So maybe you can practice few things which might sound like murkis, but not exactly what a person is doing. But of course, if you know the notes or the sargams, it might help you to some extent to imitate the murkis. For example, this is a glide. It's not exactly a murki. I'm not using the staccato ones. This is not this, but it is almost similar to this. If you practice these movements like and also the timings, like how much dha is used. This is one, this is another. So we also need to be careful that what the timing is. To be honest, I never analyzed things. When my student came up with these questions, I had to think that okay, yes, these murkis are necessary, and many people struggle to get the murkis. For me, which came naturally, so I never tried to analyze. So when I'm doing the subtle murki, the timing is this. Gari 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 sani dani sani dani sani dani da ga pa ga ri sa ni ri da ni ma ni da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa ni ri da sa ni re sa ni sa ni re sa ni sa ni re sa ni ma da ni ma da ni sa. But these are not tans. Try them out with your voice as light as possible. Don't put a lot of pressure on your voice. Not this. You can first try with means also, the glides. But I'm not putting a lot of pressure like not this. These are tans. But in commercial singing you don't require this. You require a lighter version of this. Ni re za 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 za ni re za ni re za za ni za ni da pa da ma ga re ga re sa sa ni za ni za ni So in summary, to summarize actually, Murkis are best if it comes naturally to you, but of course if you have a heavy voice, try to imitate these phrases with glides first. First know the notes, the swaras which are being sung in the Murkis, and then practice them using glides first and then with staccato. Then put little pressure like in glide. So in faster movements, maybe you can't bring out all the notes I'm using exactly, but it will help you somewhat. I can't guarantee that you will be exactly doing what I'm doing. It's not possible. Even for me, there are many difficult Murkis which I can't execute with my voice texture. So everyone has their own limitation and own capacities. So maybe we can try so it doesn't sound bad. If you are singing with a heavy voice, if you imitate the Murkis with glides, so these are not Murkis, but they sound very similar to that. The effect is good enough, like the Murkis. Not necessarily you have to sing the Murkis if it doesn't come out naturally. but these can provide a similar kind of effect. So this is what I wanted to convey about Murkis. To be very honest, I am not a commercial singer or a ghazal singer that I will know a lot about executing the exact Murkis. I have just all throughout my life tried to imitate, and it came out naturally to me. So I'm not a very good judge about how to proceed on to perfecting your Murkis. Of course, many people are there who can help you more, but this was my point of view which I wanted to convey. Hope it helps. Thank you.